Hey, this is Challan with PriorityTeam.com, and today's video is a whopper. This is one of the most transformational things that I learned that really went from struggling and enrolling to finally enrolling people many years ago. Without this one thing, you could do everything else right and still not enroll someone. And this reminded me this last weekend, when I was invited to a network marketing presentation. I live in Dallas now, so it's crazy. A lot of people in a home-based business out here. And this one person was telling me that was trying to recruit me into their home-based business that, I just kind of, I'm not the one to push people or really go for a sale. I just kind of throw it out there, and if they like it, they join. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, good luck with that one. I did that for years and it didn't work. So here's the number one thing. But before I get into that number one thing, I want to share a verse with you. This verse transformed my life, and then I'm going to tell you the one that number one thing. So that first verse, what was that verse?
James 1:6-7. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one that doubts is like a wave in the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person shall not expect to receive anything from the Lord.
Awesome. Okay, guys, thank you. So you guys can skedoodle. You don't have to listen to the whole rest of the video, babe. Thank you. You guys are so cute. All right, so that number one thing is a sense of urgency. Now you're like, oh yeah, come on, give me the big kahuna. That is the big kahuna, and here's why. Because I want you to visualize your prospect. I always visualize them like a seesaw. They're going back and forth. They're like so close to getting involved, or they're so close. They're like sometimes this much, less than an inch of going back to what they're used to, their old life, going back to maybe a little bit of fear, a little bit of doubt, a little bit of self-sabotage, going back to the thought pattern of, you know what, I'm just going to go back to my job. You know what, I'm just going to stay in my business. You know what, things really aren't that bad. You know, my commute isn't that bad. What if I really fail with those home-based businesses? Right, I'm telling you that most of your prospects are thinking this way. I've enrolled thousands of people individually, and I know the heartbeat of many prospects. That's how I got so proficient at enrolling 1 to 3 people every single day, and I'm doing it again right now. So it's really reminding me, and I want to share with you, you must have a sense of urgency and not just throw it out there and say, what'd you think of the presentation? But really, when the timing is right, you've answered their questions, you be assumptive with a sense of urgency. So let me clarify that one thing. It's being assumptive with a sense of urgency and saying these magical words, these simple words. Great, welcome aboard. When you answer their question, well, here's how you get paid, and here's what you'll be doing, and you answer it, and then you say something like, does that make sense? And then you say, great. They'll say yes, you say, great, welcome aboard. And I know that sounds so simple, but I literally didn't do that for years. I would always say, so what'd you think? So you ready to get started? And I'd always use closing words that of course will work. I'm not saying closing phrases don't work, they do. But I've learned you've got to have some kind of sense of urgency and get to the point where it's very assumptive, sense of urgency, almost like it's a matter of fact. It's a foregone conclusion. We're going to do this thing. Welcome aboard. I'm looking forward to working with you. Let me go ahead and get your information real quick. It's just like that. So if you do everything right, like you get them, they like you, they trust you, you found out their needs, their strengths, their goals, you've asked a lot of questions, you've built rapport with them, you've done all the pieces that I teach you in the pro membership and in the boot camp, you do everything right. Again, that one last piece is the missing link. So this is Tom Challan with PriorityTeam.com, and have a sense of urgency. Go for it, because if you don't, the seesaw is going to go the other way, and they're going to go, let me talk to my wife. Let me think about it. Let me pray about it. I don't have the money. my dog bit my leg, whatever. You guys have heard all the excuses. I don't get them very much. If someone's qualified, if I like them, and they like me, and again, if they like me, that means I've gone to the second call with them, they're qualified, I'm going to enroll them. Very high percentage of the time, and so will you if you have that right mindset that they will enroll with that sense of urgency. Get all the other pieces in place, of course, and use that one most important thing, knowing that they're going to enroll and having a sense of urgency. So again, this is Challan with PriorityTeam.com. I'll see you in the next video.